Yeah, because I know a lot of people, they cannot take like, they cannot chew on like cold things or like really cold things or frozen things at all.
I can't.
Yeah. Can you not?
Nope.
I love it too much where if like I start chewing on ice. You know?
I always hear, you'll be talking to someone, you'll hear like, and you're just looking, it's gone.
I'm that guy.
It's gone, it's gone. Gon's not even looking at you, just staring off to the distance, like doing it, crunching. Like, it's like
I love crunching on ice.
God.
It's the best texture. I love it. I don't know why. It's not good for my teeth at all.
No.
I've been told by my dentist and pretty much everyone around me to like not do that. But like there will be times where I'm like, I literally have to like consciously not put ices in my drinks now because I do it so much that everyone's advised me to not do it.
Is that the real reason why you don't put ice in your beer?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to chill on this ice, man. Fuck the beer.
Have you been in a social situation where you're like drinking your drink and then you're like, all right, I'm gonna take this ice. I'm gonna put it in my mouth.
Yeah.
But the cube's a little too big and your mouth's really cold. But it's in your mouth, right? And it's in there. It's in one of your cheeks. Maybe your finger's freezing, and you have that moment where you're like, you're talking to someone, you don't want to look like a weirdo. You're like, if I bite into this, it's gonna look weird. But if I swallow this, I might choke and look weird. So what do? I need to reply in 10 seconds when they stop speaking. Do I spit the ice back in the drink and look like a fucking weirdo? Because if I go, so you were saying, have you ever been in that situation?
Yeah, many times.
And I'm like, my go-to option is normally like, just pray that you can swallow this without dying. Just pray.
Really?
Yeah.
No, my option is to just start crunching on that shit.
I mean,
that's probably the least weird one.
Yeah, that is the least weird one.
I've never had an issue because I'm like constantly crunching on
I
the ice anyway.
I can't crunch it. I'm always definitely worried that they're just going to think I'm a fucking weirdo when I spit it back in. But I can't swallow it. Because if you spit it back in, they're going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, spitting it back in, I think is the worst option.
But my teeth can't bite into it.
But I also don't want to be that guy who's like,
yeah, if I start choking. So I've been in a situation before
like deep throating an ice
where I'm like, all right, boys, here we go. This might be it. I might be dead.
Wait, how many ice cubes have you swallowed in your life? Like uncountable
like
amounts?
over 10.
damn, that's a lot.
Like normally I would just try and like
What's your PB?
Would kind of try and move it around to get it to a swallowable size.
Right.
Or
Melt it as fast as you can.
Or maybe just get it so that it doesn't have harsh edges.
Wait, you've swallowed ice cubes with hard edges?
Yeah, like where they're like full cube.
No fucking way. No fucking way.
Yeah.
I would not.
I would be so terrified to
Normally
do
the technique, but the problem is that this is where the technique fails, is that I'm normally doing this after I've drank it. So now I can't use water to assist it flowing when I swallow.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I have to just swallow a dry ice cube.
Yeah, I was saying that like you just like take a swig of water or something that will like,
Help?
that would like
bro,
help
you're
melt
fucked.
it a bit.
No. I just swallow it. And one time I think I had a really big scare one time because it got stuck. But I remember I had to play it cool.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to make them do a Heimlich maneuver on me. So I would just kind of keep trying to swallow it before I take a breath. And then eventually it went down. And oh my God, my esophagus was in so much fucking pain.
Yeah.
And by the way, never risk your life for a bit of social awkwardness. I should have just spat it out. But yeah, it was terrifying.
Just chewing it like a
I could feel it because it was so big.
Yeah.
I could feel it going down
Christ.
and then getting stuck a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
And then waiting. And then obviously it was because obviously my body's really warm.
Yeah.
So it would slowly like dissolve.
God, you just gave your esophagus like freeze burn or something.
Fuck, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurt so much.
Yeah, no shit.
Don't do that. The lengths that a British person will go to not be awkward in their social circumstances.
Just spit it out at that point, man.
swallow
Just spit it out.
You know what?
To me, I was playing like the most important game of social chess in my life.
You know what I will say? If I didn't love chewing on ice so much, I would probably do the same thing.
I don't
in that
want to. I would
situation.
rather potentially risk having a choking incident as opposed to having 10 seconds of social awkward interaction.
Yeah.
That's what I
Really?
Yeah. That's the British in me. We just can't. We can't do it.
I don't know, man. Like, just like, yeah, it's
can't.
gonna
I
be
can't. I
like,
can't do
yeah,
it.
it's gonna be fucking weird, like spitting your ice back into your drink and whatever. But like, it's like, I don't know, how many situations can you think of where you've say been to dinner with some other person, right?
What if it's a first date, right? First date with someone.
Yeah, first date, for example, right? If you're
Don't
on a
wanna
first date with
embarrass yourself.
someone, right? How many times have you gone to a restaurant with, say, a lady, right? And she's gone, anyway, yeah. And then at that point, your head's like, no.
I mean, a part of me would be like,
When is spitting ice back into your glass the game changer?
I'm not gonna lie, it's one of probably the least attractive things you can do. It looks very unattractive, don't you think so? Someone just.
I think so. No. I think something that's less attractive is you choking on an ice block.
No, on a date, that's a good show.
Okay, no, I wouldn't. I've actually been in the situation before. Actually, not like. And I haven't swallowed it. I've just remembered, right? It's
on a date. They want to know that you swallow and that you're willing to choke. I want to.
Like, oh my god, are you a JoJo fan?
They didn't even notice it. They didn't even know that you just swallowed an ice cube.
Otherwise, they probably would have been. They can see my fucking Adam's apple enlarging 3 times. I'm like, I do it. I'm like, my chest is like.
No, it's the tissue technique, right? It's the tissue technique.
Because not for a big ice cube. They're gonna see your tissue on the table. It's gonna be a bit.
You don't put it back on the table. You go for the tissue. You pretend you're just wiping your mouth or whatever. You just like, just.
That's worse.
You gotta be subtle about it.
No. You gotta be subtle because now they're gonna think, oh, this guy just choked out a massive loogie in front of me.
This ice cube. This ice cube.
What are you talking? When you like exude when you take an ice cube out of your mouth, you don't go.
No. God, this was like maybe a.
How big are the ice cube are we talking?
This is like a 4 centimeter cubes. 4 by 4 by 4 by 4 centimeters. Let's say
that's a big fucking ice cube, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking. That's
okay. No. If it's that size, I never take the risk of putting it in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't put it in my mouth.
I was dumb. I don't know why I did it.
Because like at that point, you probably would have hardly even drank your drink, right?
I'm the speed. I'm the speed. It's like gone. Like let's say it's a banging cocktail. You know? Like it's an absolute winner. Yeah. I love the cocktail so much. Or maybe I'm like, I'm gonna order a bunch more. I want to try some more. So I drink it all, and the ice cubes are still fully formed.
Because at that point, like the ice cube just doesn't feel nice.
4 or 3,
like if you can feel the edges on the ice cube, it doesn't feel nice in your mouth.
I thought when you say when you swallow ice cubes, I thought you were talking about like when you buy like a drink at like McDonald's or something. Are you swallowing whiskey rocks?
No, it was like I can't remember which one it was.
Like you're literally swallowing like whiskey, like ice cube.
It was like a full-on formed ice cube. Like it was a nice ice cube. That's why I wanted to put it in my mouth because I remember I was like
honestly
I was like
I can get this down.
I'd been training for a while. Yeah. I was like 19. I was thinking I was fancy. Probably I don't know I don't remember the exact scenario. I remember the specific scenario. The reason why I was so committed to potentially dying to avoid social awkwardness was because it was a first date and I was very nervous and she was very attractive.
Okay.
I really wanted this to go well.
And so you were like, I'm gonna eat this ice cube.
And so for some reason, I think the 19-year-old was tapping into like the 15, 12-year-old to me that was like, that ice cube looks real good. Because sometimes you see an ice cube and you just put it in your mouth because you're dumb and you're a kid and you want to.
Of course.
Now would I do it? No, I have no desire.
It really depends. Okay, it really depends. As someone who has eaten a lot of fucking ice cubes in my life.
As an ice cube chewer connoisseur.
As the ice cube connoisseur here, like there's so many different factors, right? Because sometimes it's big, but like for some reason it's like hollow inside, right? So you can take a good crunch out of it. Sometimes it's just like completely solid. It's just like a solid block of ice, and there is no biting down on that. Unless it's at least a little bit melted at all. And at that point, it's going to take at least like 1 or 2 minutes, irregardless of the social situation.
I start doing like the grinding technique.
Like, it's awful for your teeth.
It's awful for my teeth, but I'm like, I take one bite and I'm like, oh, okay, this isn't a hollow one. No. All right, switch to phase 2, grinding technique.
I remember it was quite a hefty boy. It was a weighty boy, hence why, again, I wanted to put it in my mouth. It looked.
I want all the trash taste edits of this taken out of context.
It looked too good not to allow it to go to waste. So I had to.
Of course, yeah.
No. For me, it's the opposite. For me, if it's like perfectly, the edges are like perfectly rounded. That's peak ice. That's peak ice to put in your mouth. That is peak ice to put in your mouth, and because it'll you'll crunch straight away
with like the giant balls for the whiskey. God's like fuck.
No joke. Every time I get like recommended a video of like one of the waiters like shaving ice.
Yeah.
It's like the most satisfying
It is
thing
really
in my
satisfying.
life. Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
it is the
Needless to
best.
say, I don't want to put it in my mouth because I don't want to die.
Oh yeah.
I've learned my lesson. I'm
Yeah.
not fucking with that. It was awful.
Also, like clear ice, superior ice. Superior ice to like the fucking frosted ice that you get, where it's like clear outside and frosted in the middle. That's trash tier ice.
Isn't
Get that out of here.
This is just like level 1 bartending, right?
No, I mean just like
I think the only difference
to chew on as
Oh,
well.
Oh, to chew on. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just this is like my fucking 5-year-old
This
brain
is like
right now.
this is like my favorite crayons taste like level of conversation. It's like I like the maroon one.
I like cherry red because it's got the word cherry.
do you prefer cubed ice, or how do you feel about
I don't give a shit.
no because I know a lot of people who fucking hate crushed ice.
Oh yeah, okay. Actually, yeah, I do hate crushed
I
ice.
really like crushed ice.
I like crushed ice.
Yeah.
Why did you?
It's like a slushy.
You get like, okay, so everyone knows my soda take, right? Where I like
Yeah,
it
that's
just
the wrong one.
I like it where, you take a little bit of the fizz out. And like to me, like crushed ice has more of a surface area to just make soda like the perfect texture and the perfect flavor.
Because if you drink it without a straw, right?
Yeah.
No, it's great because if you drink it without a straw, then you get a lot of crushed ice and you can chew on it. It's perfect. You get the best of both worlds.
This is like you're like, yeah, I don't mind they bring extra colors in the crayon pack, which means I can eat one of them.
This one's to draw, this one's to eat.
Yeah. I don't want to taste the ice fucking slush in my mouth. I want to taste the drink being cold. This is why when we go to Denny's in Japan, I hate their fucking ice machine.
Also,
Because the ice is always the shittiest like shaved ice.
Yeah,
and you drink it and you just get a mouthful of shaved ice and you got to do that technique where you're like, like
No, I like putting it in my mouth.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
imbecile.
like it when it's like at the bottom of the glass, and then you do this, and then just
Oh my
it's like
God.
avalanche.
No, but it doesn't.
It's the last little bit where you get
No,
the
yeah.
flavored. It's basically just shaved ice.
It doesn't,
with a little
it
bit
doesn't
more
go
work.
to the bottom. It stays at the top.
No, I mean, you gotta like drink it. It depends because you've hung out with me, so you've seen how much
I've
shaved
hung out
ice.
with you.
You've
I've
seen
hung
how
out
much
with you.
shaved ice I put into there. The minimum amount of shaved ice I put into a cup, if I have the choice, is half the cup.
Yeah.
That's the minimum for me.
This is why when Gant goes to the movie theater, he's like, "Wow, look how much value I'm getting. I've drank 4 drinks today." It's like, "No, Gant, you've drank 2.
This man buys
But
Lay's
like-
chips and goes
but
like, damn.
to me, the saddest sight I ever see in my life, right,
Yeah.
is when you go to like a shaved ice machine and people put like a bit in, like a tiny bit, like 5% of the fucking cup.
I do like 1%.
Most of the time I don't put any ice in it.
And then you fill up with the soda, right? I'd rather people put no in because you fill up with the soda. The saddest fucking sight is just seeing like 1 or 2 bits of ice just like floating around in the soda. Like that's doing nothing. It's literally doing nothing. Why would you put ice in if that's all the ice you're gonna put in?
I'm not even gonna cap. I've never given a shit. I've never been like seething rage, being like, God damn it.
I have because you can't even chew on the ice. That's why.
Next
That's
up.
why.
It doesn't matter because it's probably gonna fucking melt.
That's the point, right?
I'm gonna predict Gant's next take. He thinks that soup should be exclusively eaten with straws. Right?
No, I don't think that.
it's just,
Yes.
it's just
Yes.
a drink, isn't it?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, it's a drink.
Soup is a drink.
It's quicker, isn't it? It's less messy. Less messy."
And curry is a drink.
What clown take are you gonna come out with next, Gant?
I
That's
don't
what I
know.
wanna
I don't know. I'm collecting them right now. Just give me more food takes.
The infinity stones of shit takes. Christ.
Shit taste can be whatever I want them to be.